Please don't clip that. But if you've seen someone doing that before, you only have one reaction, which is to get out of the way as quickly as possible. Is it quick or quickly? I don't even know if that's a word. I don't care. But that's what the protesters did. They stopped their chanting for a couple seconds and it turned into screams when they saw me looking like I was about to throw up the coffee that did make it into my mouth that morning. So I was just able to walk right through them to the front door. The workers saw me coming the whole way, and when I got in, they pretty much gave me a standing ovation. It felt like that scene in The Maze Runner where the door is slowly closing and the guy barely sneaks through it. Although the workers looked really happy with what they saw, unfortunately, the protesters did not react in the same way. Because when I got inside, I looked back at them and all their faces had a combination of shock, outrage, and disbelief. They were looking at me so disgusted, as if I was literally about to go slaughter a baby cow in front of their eyes just for my meal. And you would think once I got inside, the vegan protesters would just give up on me and focus on their next victims, but no. Because they had a special surprise for me, waiting once I would leave that Chipotle a little bit later. So when I walked up to the counter to order, the worker gave me a little nod of respect, looking shocked that someone actually cared this much about getting a meal. I just know they were thinking, damn, you know how much of a big bag this guy must be to go through a group of protesters just for a Chipotle meal? My excitement for getting inside was shortly lived, as I suddenly realized I was in a fishbowl, because everything I did inside Chipotle was observed from outside by the vegans. The guy with the huge camera was back filming me, which, by the way, that ain't cool, man. Like, he must know my biggest insecurity is people watching me eat, and the fact that I don't know how to keep a conversation with people. But have you ever tried eating a meal while people are recording you? It's scary. I mean, on one hand, it kind of did make me feel like a celebrity, but now I realize why celebrities hate paparazzi so much. No wonder Justin Bieber's always cooking them. When they were watching me and filming me eat, the only thing I could think is, damn, is this how the animal feels? I'm just playing. And by the way, I know I'm making jokes about animals, but I truly do love them.
I just love how they taste too, so I ain't gonna stop eating them.
But it's not like I want to hurt them. Like, I would never eat my dog. I love my dog. My cat, on the other hand, though. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna edit that part out. While I was eating, the manager, which was a middle-aged guy with a hairline that resembled a W, sat right next to me and looked like he just wanted someone to vent to. He said, "These protesters have been here since opening." So with my face full of beans, I said, "Oh, really?" To the meat in my bowl. Well, luckily for Clarence, I ordered chicken, not beef, so he should be okay. Clarence did look delicious in that picture, though. But like I said earlier, I am a rage baiter. It's my passion. I don't do it for laughs or anything like that. I just love the game. So as I'm eating, I decided to switch tables and move right next to the window where the only thing separating me from the protesters would be this little slab of glass. So they were super close to me, and when I would take a bite of my food, I would react like Guy Fieri does when he tries literally anything for the first time, acting like I just had the most delicious meal of my life. I was literally like this every bite. That's good. The protesters' attention was now half focused on me and half focused on preventing anyone else from coming inside. I don't know why they were wasting their time doing this, though. These people were so good at blocking that they could have been offensive linemen in the NFL. My 49ers sure could have used them this year. Like, let me see your best three-point stance. Maybe we got a job for you. After finishing my meal, I knew it was going to be tricky to go outside and get back to my car now, because the moment I left, all their attention would be on me. Little did I know just how ferocious these vegans would be, because I swallowed the last bite of that delicious chicken, glanced at the angry mob outside, and realized I had a real problem. My car was parked way across the lot, and there was no secret Diddy tunnel to get there. I was gonna have to walk straight through the vegan Hunger Games to escape. After trying to think of new creative, sneaky ways to get out, I realized I was just gonna have to face them. I couldn't do the fake throw up thing because they wouldn't fall for that twice, but then I was like, wait, maybe I could just actually throw up on them. I have a problem. I also thought about just putting some chicken in their face, hoping that that would terrify them, but that didn't seem. You could put me at a funeral and I'm still gonna be that way. So when the lady said, "How does it feel to harm innocent animals just for your meal?" I looked her dead in the eyes, rubbed my belly, and said,
I needed some inspiration for how to wear them, so I asked ChatGPT to help me. It was so useful.
Some guy with a man bun yelled, "He's proud to murder animals!" Then others started yelling crazy things like, "Animal abuser! Murderer!" I was honored to be roasted by them, but after listening to all their insults, I decided it was time to walk away. Or at least try to. Because when I attempted to leave, the scene shifted from humorous to genuinely scary. I knew they were upset about what I was saying and what I did, but I didn't realize just how much, because as I'm walking towards my car, they followed me like a swarm, repeating all their accusations at me. And everything they're saying was true about my character in GTA, but not me in real life. I realized I should probably walk quicker as these people were getting more aggressive. But as I sped up, I saw the green-haired spray paint girl running towards my car. And I could tell by the crazy look in her eyes that this wasn't just about making a point anymore. This was personal. I kept thinking about how quickly this all got out of hand simply because I'm a big troll and couldn't keep my dumb mouth shut. So I was speed walking to that car like my life depended on it, taking strides that were huge even for a guy like me that's 6'5". Don't try verifying that, by the way. Just take my word for it. I kept glancing over my shoulder, seeing these protesters not far behind me, and the moment I got to my car, I saw that girl with the spray paint shaking her bottle. I knew what she was gonna do. She was gonna spray paint something on my car. And listen, I'm down to get a new paint job. That would have been sick. But I'm guessing I wouldn't have wanted whatever. They gave up and went back to their normal protesting. So I definitely learned my lesson from this experience. Next time I see a vegan protest, bring a water gun filled with milk to scare them away. If there's one thing you should know about sleepovers with your friends, it's that when you fall asleep, anything can happen. And I mean anything. And I'm gonna tell you about a sleepover I had that went way too far. But to understand how we got to this night, I have to rewind a little bit. So a couple months prior to this evening, my friends and I had a sleepover at a guy named Randy's cabin. Now, if you've ever watched this video, you would know all about that night. But let me summarize it real quick. My friends and I all went to Randy's cabin to have a sleepover, and the night started out normal with us doing the usual sleepover things. But unfortunately, I made the #1 biggest mistake you can't do at a sleepover. I fell asleep first. And because I was the first one to fall asleep, my friends decided to prank me by moving the mattress I was laying on onto the lake right outside the cabin. So I woke up literally in the middle of the lake, having no idea where I was, thinking this was a nightmare. Like, it was genuinely one of the most horrifying nights of my life. And who was the person who orchestrated this whole prank on me? Randy. I laughed it off in the moment when it happened, but deep down, I knew I needed to get Randy back. I needed to get revenge. But I didn't know how I was gonna do this at first because he pranked me in such a big way, I had to get him back even bigger. So fast forward after a few weeks of me brainstorming the perfect payback, when finally it hit me. I had the perfect revenge plan on him. So I sent my whole friend group a text. Sleepover at my place Friday? They all replied instantly. Say less, I'm in. And then the man himself, Randy, texted, bet, just don't fall asleep first again, Tyler. Ha ha ha. I stared at that message for a long time because what Randy didn't know is I was gonna be the one laughing this time, or at least so I thought. So what was my perfect